Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Mastery system. And the word of the day is misery, as in misery loves company. So the card of the day is, as I grow, some of my relationships may need to shift. I can still offer love after I've moved beyond the struggles we've shared. So in my work, both personally and with other people, one of the things that I have found is that a lot of times giving up the struggle is a really big part of being able to grow to the next level. And I find this shows up in two ways in particular. One way that I find that it shows up is around our loyalty to our ancestors. So a lot of us will go through this thing of, who am I to deserve to thrive when my ancestors suffered so much, when they were through so much misery, when they had so many difficulties? Now, I'll offer you the way I've worked around with it, which is that I started to ask myself the question, who am I not to thrive when my ancestors worked so hard for me to get where I am today? My, my thriving, my success honors my ancestors in a way that my loyalty to their suffering never could. So it takes it and sort of turns it on its head by acknowledging that, yeah, they did struggle, they did suffer, they did experience a great deal of misery, and I honor them even more by going beyond their adversity, by going beyond their difficulty. And I have personally found that to be a way that really allows me to grow while still honoring all of the struggle that they've been through. Now, the other place where I have noticed that we will sometimes find ourselves stuck around struggle is around our connections to the people we love who we share some struggles with. And in particular, if you've grown up as somebody who was taught to bond through sharing misery, and I think that this is especially true for those of us who are highly sensitive and empathic, and especially those of us who are female, that we're taught at a very early age to let people vent, to let people share their deepest, darkest, hardest stuff, and that the best thing we can do is sort of be a place where they can come and they can just cry on our shoulder. And I want to say that I do feel very strongly that sharing our wounds, that sharing our stories, that expressing our misery is very, very important. And it's often one of the things that's necessary for us to be able to grow and to heal and to give it the air and the light that it needs to transform itself. So I'm not talking about never sharing. What I'm talking about, though, is when we get into patterns of shared complaining, when we get into patterns of shared misery and sort of staying stuck in the struggle and being part of a group of people who identify as part of the tribe of, I have this problem. So, for example, the tribe of I'm sick, or the tribe of I'm broke, or the tribe of I always get into bad relationships, or any other number of this is my problem and this is how I identify, and you're part of this tribe too, and I know you have the same problem, therefore that brings us together and we're bonded because of it. Now, the thing is that at a certain point when you start doing this work, and I'm imagining since you're watching this video, you're also doing this work, you start to outgrow this identity. And instead of looking at yourself as somebody who's had a bad day, who's sick and tired, who's exhausted, who sucks in whatever XYZ thing it is that you identified as sucking at, we start experiencing our life in a different way. We start seeing ourselves as grateful. We start seeing ourselves as blessed. We start seeing ourselves as fortunate. We start celebrating our victories each day. We start recognizing the things that we're doing right. And we often start loving ourselves even with our flaws instead of focusing on our flaws and focusing on our problems. Now, the thing is that if the way we've been connecting with certain kinds of people is by swimming around in the pity pool with them, or in some cases, drowning in the pity pool with them, it can be really hard to walk away, to step out of the pool and trust that our relationship will be able to evolve, will be able to grow. And in honesty, there are times when the relationship doesn't necessarily survive. But the thing is that even if the relationship is completely transformed, we can still love the people that we love. We just get to love them in a new and healthier way instead of in this way of shared misery. So, my question to you right now is, who do you know in your life that you may be kind of in this pity pool with? Are there any people that you are part of a certain tribe with, where it's all about the identity of struggle, the identity of misery, the identity of we've been through this hard thing, we're still going through this hard thing, you understand me because you struggle like I do? And do you find certain relationships where you're outgrowing it because you're focused on delight, you're focused on gratitude, you're focused on joy, you have victories, and yet these are places where maybe you can't share your victories because these people don't even know how to hear about wonderful things? And can you love them anyway? Can you create room for them where they get to be themselves in their stuff without you staying stuck in a place where you don't necessarily want to remain stuck? So I'd love to hear what you have to say about all of this. Please leave a comment below. And until next word of the day, I'm wishing you peace. I'm wishing you ease. And I am definitely wishing you that ability to step out of the pity pool and to still offer the love that you have for these people, despite the fact that you're no longer struggling. So, in the meantime, you might have noticed I got this lovely little card in my hand. If you're interested in pre-ordering a copy of your own deck, or hell, getting a couple of them, you get a better price that way, and giving some to your friends, then please go over to EmpathicMasteryOracle.com. There's going to be a link below, so you can click on that and order a deck for yourself, order a deck for your friend, order a deck for somebody who you know needs to get out of the pity pool. So, EmpathicMasteryOracle.com. And also, please help me to get this word out. So, like it, share it, and pass it along to other people who find it useful. And until tomorrow, I'm wishing you peace, and I'll catch up with you another day with yet another card. So, peace.